jump in to the Wack 100. The T.I. situation has been ongoing all day long now. Pretty much stems from Wack 100's statement. He was asked the other day, do you think Nipsey was a legend? He said no. A lot of people have been responding. Even Meek Mill put a post up today. He said Nipsey a legend in the definition of a real black man. T.I. even posted today the definition of legend. So obviously people are contesting what Wack 100 had to say. Well, Wack 100, man, just really went off the rocker today, and he pretty much compared T.I. to Tekashi 6ix9ine with an Instagram post today, and he actually posted that old Crime Stoppers video of T.I., I think in 2007, where he was informing the citizens, the great citizens of Atlanta, to if you see, some crime, to definitely report it to the police, and he gave a number out and everything. But Wack put this, he put, before there was a 6ix9ine, there was a T.I., a legend. You got my line. I'm not to be played with, mind your business. Wack gives no fucks. I'm not a rapper. Only legends get 12 months for 5,000 pills and 25 choppers. And he says now, blog that, pretty much referring to, and this is the word that's been on the street, even though there's no paperwork, that how the heck did T.I. get caught with all this stuff and just get a year and a day or whatever, I think at the time that he got in prison. He must have told. That's the thing that everybody's been saying. We had people on our platform that said that. I swore by it. And this is what Wack 100 is bringing up again. Sam, man, what are your thoughts on Wack 100 and T.I., man?
See, my thing is this. I'm looking at exactly what T.I. wrote, right? And underneath the caption is, this shit say Nipsey all over it. Record sales and #1 hits ain't the only barometer for legendary status. We talked about that yesterday.
Yep.
Impact is what's important. Although his notoriety did grow exponentially more after his demise, his impact is undeniable. Hashtag had to be said. Now, I look at that, and I don't see any direct disrespect to Wack 100. I see disagreement. So I think that Wack 100, for him to try to change the narrative, albeit we can have a conversation all day about the Crime Stoppers, what he got caught with the time, all of the stuff that he's been accused of for years. We could bring all that up, but it kind of gets away from the original narrative of what Wack said to have people disagree. So if somebody disagrees with you, you got to go pull up all the old records and go and disrespect them because of a disagreement. I would think Wack is a little too old for that shit.
That's a credibility shot. He's trying to disqualify T.I. and say, look, like, I don't even talk. He's a rat. Pretty much. That's what he's saying. And people, have held this for a long time. And, whatever you people want to say, I haven't seen with my eyes, not saying it's not out there, any paperwork that would suggest that T.I. is a rat. I did see the Crime Stoppers commercial, which I think that was more. It was funny, and I think that was more of a function of him being caught up in the system and had to pretty much do what they said. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, can you do a commercial? And he was down for it. You know what I mean? Obviously, it wasn't the street thing to do at the time. I'm sure T.I. wouldn't do it again, but people that lived that lifestyle are going to continue to clown T.I. I mean, it's been damn near 20 years, and people are still showing that and saying, look, what did this dude do? He got caught with all these choppers. Any other black man in America only getting a year? Who did he tell on? But T.I., proclaims, look, my paperwork is clean. I ain't telling nobody. Prove it. When you see me, you know what I'm saying? Say it.
Well, T.I. responded to Wack 100 and his post by saying this. I'll put that on the screen for the people. He put up in the post, people on Twitter versus people in real life, and you guys can see the little cartoon right there. And then in the caption, he wrote this: until it's in my face, it's fake. The social media shit get weird as fuck. However, my paperwork clean and presentable for any and all to pull up and see in real life. So hashtag ain't no back and forth. Hashtag you way too old for this, sir. And hashtag I'm way too rich. So, I mean, took the high road, responded how he responded. I kind of gave maybe the theory that we kind of seeing a Mike Tyson situation with a Wack 100 going on, and we might see this motherfucker on the Expeditiously podcast.
So both of them will have to be then, playing this out then.
I tell you what, oh God, I would not be surprised. Social media is weird as F. And for there just to be a disagreement for Wack to jump off the bridge like that, the way he did, knowing he would get the attention that he did, I don't know. Like you said, it could be a credibility check, but where was all this disrespect prior to this? I mean, did you not like T.I. this entire time? Did you thought he was weak and wacky the entire time? Where was the disrespect prior to that? It wasn't until he said, I don't know. Who knows?
It's commonly, people are using on T.I. now. You see when they have a beef or something with him, they pull this out.
The shit makes me laugh every time. It's funny as hell.
Right.
It is easy to joke on.
Yeah.
It's easy to joke on.
But T.I., somebody...
It's funny as hell, dog. And he's never going to get out of that. It is what it is with that.
Right, because you did it. It's document. I'm sure he wants to clean that from the internet, but no matter what you do, it's there.
It's there, man.
You know what I mean? So, that kind of is what it is. I mean,
Do you see this? My bad to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Do you see this escalating in even further? Do you see, because even in the caption I wrote that Wack was running his mouth in there. So do you see this going any further and growing?
By the way, I don't believe that it's fake at all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I just don't think that if they had any real tension, they would be able to sit there and just have a conversation. I think that something more. But those two guys, Wack 100 and T.I., they might be in there fighting. You know what I mean? And I don't believe that it's fake. I believe that it's definitely real. I mean, I ain't not saying it couldn't be, obviously, but I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
We shall see. Do you see that happening though? Them two getting on the show, given the fact that you don't believe it's fake. So do you see that happening or not?
I just think it'll die down like everything else. But I don't see them getting on a show together. Obviously, it would be dope. You know what I mean? Everybody would want to see it. Obviously, it'd be great for ratings for them and everything. But I don't see it happening. I mean, because it's like, how what do you do? Like, you think Wack 100 will go on there and really put the fire to T.I.? Like, yo, you a rat. Look at the video. Or do you think it'd be toned down?
If they talked about it prior to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'll tell you what. I'm not saying it is, but if it does happen, y'all know where the fuck you heard it first.
Yeah, definitely.
Call it right here.
Yeah, definitely, man. But you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast, the only real serious podcast out here that's dealing, the news, everybody's doing handstands and spinning on their head and shit. We're just over here just doing the damn thing, man. But nah, man, this is a great show today, episode 273. If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that 5-star rating right now. Do not even wait. I think, Offset today, man, he made a good, a statement today. Now, before we put this out there, he had a situation later on in the day that he said that his Instagram and whatnot was hacked. But this right here is Twitter. So maybe this was him.
Right.
You know what I mean? He put today, he said, don't make the rules on what goes on in hip hop. He said, when you don't know the history, it's pain music story when the biggest genre in the world off our struggle. I'm just reading his words. He put, yes, sir, proud of my people. That's all of you mad, then sorry. But no sorry, took us a lot to get where we're at. We're here. And then he goes on to say black excellence. And also, this is the main thing that he said. He was sorry, but hip hop is black culture. Don't speak or give it game if you don't have black culture, dog. Now, we're assuming that was from Offset at 12:40 a.m. on December the 3rd, 2019. Your thoughts on that, Sam, man? If he said it,
if he said it, if he allegedly said it, which I think he did say it.
Yeah.
My thing is, it sounds great. We've been preaching it since the beginning of time, right? It sounds so great. But then when you look at the platforms, I guess you could say outside of the culture, and I guess outside of the culture, meaning black, Hispanic, anybody not brown who's involved in hip hop, they're the main ones fucking eating.
Yeah,
they're the main ones eating. So it's like, okay, who's feeding them? The consumer, who happens to be us, and the people who are delivering the content, who happens to be us. So are you mad at us? Are you talking to them? Or are you talking to yourself? No, I haven't seen Offset on Vlad or any of these other platforms, so I can't blame him personally. But I have seen his cohorts. I have seen his peers on there every day giving these people nonstop content. Now, you said, right on the in the pre-production, you don't feed them. A lot of these platforms are dead to rights.
Yeah.
So, I mean, point the finger at yourself, man. I 100% agree with you, but sit in a position as a half self-owned business in a podcast, and I own this and own my own individual platform, as does Oh God. It's hard for me to show pity to that shit because ain't nobody knocking our doors down trying to help the culture. So,
yeah, man. I think, obviously, he makes some great points when he says black culture, but black culture has been invaded by, others, you know what I mean, that took control and, put a structure to it to the point where they got us signing deals on our own shit. Like we're signing to them when we got people in the Bronx that started this shit. So, it's going to take, people speaking out about it, but not just speaking, staying true to the word. Like, all right, if it's that, do it this way. But I think people, they come to find out is that, all right, yeah, you could say all this, but at the end of the day, okay, I got this company's cutting me a check. This ain't black people. This company, runs the music. This ain't black people, but I still got to do my thing. So I'm gonna still go and get the bag and whatnot. And I think all that stuff kind of goes out the window. So, that's why, we always, not to talk too much on Dame, but the ownership thing is everything. Like, we got to really, try to get and keep ownership of things when it starts from the inception. Like, how we can't keep letting industries and shit, other people getting hold of these industries that we supposed to be controlling, because hip hop, we can say is ours, but it ain't. If we don't own it, we don't control it like that. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
why, like, when we were listening to that interview with LL, and he said, I own my masters for 20 years. Like, salute to that.
Yeah.
Because he was doing it in a game where that wasn't supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's very few people that own their own catalog. And if it was more people with that game and understanding it and knowing that we built this shit, period. We built the culture. We built fashion. There's $1 million fashion industries right now that are $1 million, $1 billion industries off the backs of hip hop, liquor, off the backs of hip hop, sneaker brands, you name it, off the backs of hip hop. And for us not to own any of it, come on, man, we're moving in that direction.
It was stuff like with Master P, you gotta shout him out, even though he took a lot of criticism for
shout him out though.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you got people continuing to take deals with Reebok, continuing to take deals with Nike, taking deals with Jordan, instead of doing the thing and stepping out on their own. You know what I mean? You see less of that. You know what I mean? Some people do it, but that's only how it's going to change. Like,